Hello, this is Ernest Burley, your certified financial planner professional, your chartered financial consultant, your NFLPA registered player financial advisor, your investment advisor representative. I hold the Series 6, 63, and 7 that allow me to offer securities products to clients all across the country. I'm also your author of 2 books on money management. Money Management, Easy as 1, 2, 3, and Money Management from Grade School to Grad School. These books are being used across the country to teach money management, financial planning, insurance planning type concepts to individuals, whether they be children, youth, and adults, right? So they kind of touch on all different levels there. So I appreciate those who have already purchased the books and they're teaching people or reading for themselves. I just had a purchase order here a couple of weeks ago from a very large church because they're teaching financial principles from one of the books. I have churches in other states doing the same thing. So I ask that you do the same thing. Just go to Amazon, flood them, and just sell out all of Amazon's books and say, hey, make them call my publisher and say, hey, send me some more books. We need some more books here because these books are flying off the shelves, the internet shelves. So I appreciate those who have already done it, and I appreciate those who are going to do it. Please support. I appreciate your support. Also, hey, I'm a licensed insurance agent with over 30 years experience in the industry, and I've been in business for over 25 years, helping clients all across the country, from the north to the south, from the east to the west. I have clients all over the place. As a matter of fact, I just renewed some licenses today from all over the country. It's like they all came in at one time. So one was in California. So all the way on the West Coast, I have clients that I had the renewal license for there, and I'm on the East Coast in Maryland, but I have clients all in between there too, you know. So Connecticut, and which other one? Ohio came up today, Texas. So, but I love it. I love being able to help clients all across the country. So there are no state lines that restrict or stop me from being able to help clients, whether it be in the insurance arena or money management, financial planning, investing, or what have you, right? Okay, so I specialize in these areas, okay, wealth management, and also things like investing, so IRAs, 401k plans, portfolio management, things of that nature, asset protection, so protecting what you've accumulated, as well as asset growth, trying to grow your assets in a strategic fashion. Also financial planning, whether it be basic financial planning or comprehensive financial planning. All types of insurance, whether it be life insurance, long-term care insurance, disability insurance, home, auto, business, church, rental properties, investment properties, apartment buildings, contractors, all different types of insurance plans that we provide for clients across the country. Also, homeowners and your renters and condos also, in addition to athlete management. So on the NFL side, I'm an NFLPA registered player financial advisor. On the NBA side, I'm an NBPA certified player agent. So I can get your guy, good looks in the NBA. If you got the skill set, we can get you connected to the NBA. Or FIBA, I'm FIBA licensed also, so get you connected overseas if that's an opportunity there for you to play professional basketball. All right, so the purpose of the podcast is to educate, to enlighten, and to empower you with clear, objective, unbiased information so you can make some great decisions for yourself, for your family, for your church members, for whoever you're connected to, okay? So that's what it's all about, getting the information out there so you can make some great decisions. So today's podcast is the significant 7 for parents. Again, the significant 7 for parents. Now, I know there's a wealth of information out there, right? So people often get very confused and overwhelmed at all the information that comes at them, whether it be from commercials or billboards or just internet ads, people chattering in their ears. So I understand that you get overwhelmed with information. Parents have an extra layer of information they have to deal with already in their already busy lives. So that's just an extra layer of information. If you have enough information to deal with yourself as an individual, then you add children to the mix. You have to get them involved in the process as far as planning and preparing for them and trying to plan their futures and stuff like that. So that's a whole nother layer of information that you need to consider. And I empathize with you because I'm a parent too. I get it. You want the best for your children. You want them to have advantages in life. You want them to, be ahead of the curve on things. You want them to have some of the advantages maybe you didn't have in life and not have as much volatility, help them avoid some of the mistakes that you made, and all that good stuff. You want to do that for your children. So parents, good parents want to do that. And I think most parents are good parents, right? So you want the best for your children. Time flies though, especially when you have a lot of balls in the air. You're doing a lot of different things. You have work, you have things to do at work. Then if you have a significant other, then you have to spend time there and work, make sure that is working out properly. Then you have your children, their daycare, schoolwork, doctor's appointments, medications, just it's a lot, right? In addition to, okay, the car's got to be repaired, the roof is leaking, and buying food. I mean, it's a whole lot of stuff to deal with. I understand a lot of balls in the air, a lot of things that you're dealing with at the same time. And I get that. But now this is going to sound really cold, but busyness, B-U-S-Y, busyness does not absolve you or excuse you from taking care of your business, B-U-S-I-N-E-S-S, right? So busyness, B-U-S-Y, busyness, saying, hey, I'm so busy, I have so much to do, I gotta do this, and this person is asking me for that, and I just had this situation come up, and this thing is broken down, and I gotta go to a doctor's appointment myself. And busyness does not absolve you for taking care of your business, B-U-S-I-N-E-S-S. So, I know you say you're busy, and I know you are busy, but guess what? Life doesn't care. Life does not care. Life is not going to say, well, you know what, man, John is really behind today, or Mary's behind. We need to stop life for a little while and give him time to catch up, or give her time to catch up. John's got this project at work, and he's also got to do this, and he's got this going on. Let's pause. Or Mary's got to deal with this and deal with that and deal with that. Let's pause life for a little while. How long do we need to pause? A day, a week, a year to get Johnny back on his feet, get him going, or get Mary going? No. We know that's ridiculous, right? So life doesn't care. Life doesn't pause. It's not going to stop. Hammer time. Let me stop. Okay, it's not going to stop, right? So we're all adults and we know that. So if we know that, let's not get bogged down and get stuck in analysis paralysis, saying, oh man, I got this to deal with, this to think about, this to consider, I got to compare the. Let's not get bogged down and stuck with analysis paralysis. Let's not do that. Let's grab the bull by the horns, take some time, say, okay, well, on Tuesday afternoon, I have some time, or Saturday, or what have you. Say, I'm going to spend a couple of hours this day, or a couple of hours this day, and I'm going to go over some information. I'm going to put some plans in place to take care of my family. Take some time, grab the bull by the horns, and put some key plans in place to give yourself and your family some peace of mind, some security, some stability. Once these plans are in place, they kind of go on autopilot, okay? But let's make sure that we take care of the significant seven, right? So the significant seven, let's say that 7 times, significant seven. The 7 significant plans that all parents should have. And I'm going to go, and they're in no particular order, but I think these are very significant plans that you should have in place if you're a parent. And really all adults should have these plans, truthfully, but I'm focusing on parents today. All right, so the first plan is, like I said, in no particular order. So the first plan is health insurance. You have to have health insurance. You have little ones that have doctor's appointments, and they need checkups. They have to have their shots. They get injured at school. You have to have health insurance. I've had some people trying to roll the dice on that and not carry it. It happens. So health insurance, that's something you should very, very, very much have. Medical bills are very costly. You want to make sure you're protecting your family, yourself, as well as your little ones with medical insurance, health insurance. Okay, so that's plan number 1. Plan number 2, emergency savings. Number 2 of the significant 7 is emergency savings. I recommend people have 12 months of their expenses in cash. So when emergencies arise, notice I said when, not if, because emergencies do arise. We're all adults. We know that. We've experienced it before. You'll have a bag of cash. You have some money to dip into to kind of mitigate that situation. So if you don't have 12 months of your expenses in cash, save to that point. I always, as soon as a client comes to me, And some clients come to me, they have like no money. They have $1,000 in cash or no cash. I'm like, I immediately put them on a savings plan because you want to have some money in savings. So $100 per paycheck, $1,000 per paycheck, $500 per paycheck. Everyone has their own amount that they can do, but you should have something going into savings every paycheck. So you'll have that security blanket, some safety there in the case of emergency, okay? That's plan number 2 of 7. The third plan out of 7 is disability income protection. I caught a lot of people by surprise on that, but you have little ones that are relying on you, right? So you need to have that health insurance. You need to have that emergency savings for emergency type situations. And you need to have disability income protection to protect your income earning ability. Because just because you're disabled and you don't have a check coming in, that doesn't mean you don't have bills to pay, right? You still need to feed your children, right? You still need to pay the health insurance bill. You still need to pay the mortgage or rent. You still have bills to pay, and you still have little ones that rely on you. So disability income insurance policy normally pays anywhere from 50 to 80% of your income if you become disabled, say you're injured or have some sickness or what have you that's covered by the policy. So it's better to have 50 to 80% of your income versus 0% of your income. So let's make sure we're doing that. And for women, if you're on bed rest because of a complicated pregnancy, that's considered a disability, right? So if you're out for 4 or 5 months because you have a complicated pregnancy, that's a disability type situation where you can have a check coming in every month to supplement your living, right? So let's make sure disability income protection is one of our significant 7. Okay. Now, the fourth plan in our significant 7 is life insurance. Make sure you have adequate life insurance. Don't leave a financial hole in addition to the emotional hole. There's already going to be a big emotional hole because no amount of money can replace a parent, right? There's going to be grief. There's going to be emotional stress and distress from family members and children by losing a parent, losing a loved one like that. But let's not add to that by having financial stress also. So instead of having our children being able to continue on with their lives, they're going to be at a disadvantage or behind the curve because there were no funds left for them to continue doing the things that you would want them to do, right? To go to finish going to high school, go to college, or or meet some type of goal down the line, so they can take care of themselves and have a nice life, right? So let's make sure we have the right amount of life insurance. We have the right type of life insurance. I've talked about life insurance on previous podcasts, so we're not going to go into details there, okay? Take a look at my previous podcast on various types of life insurance and how to pick which plan is best for you, all right? So number 5 on our significant 7, right? Retirement plan. You should have some type of retirement plan in place to save for retirement because you want to always have something going towards your retirement. And that's not a bad thing. That's helping out your children too as a parent, because you don't want to have to move in with your children because you don't have any money when you retire, right? So that is really helping your children out as a parent, planning for your own retirement. That is very important also. So always put something away in your retirement, whether it be a 401k, IRA plan, and you can have an IRA in addition to your 401k plan. So let's make sure we're putting something away for retirement, okay? Plan number 6 on our significant 7 for parents. Liability insurance. Now, I know that caught a lot of people off guard. And I don't want you to get too upset about this one or too kind of caught off guard, because if you have property insurance, then you have some liability coverage built into that, because most property policies have liability coverage built into them. So you bought your auto policy, you got your auto policy to protect that vehicle, right? Your baby. But liability comes with that auto policy. Your homeowner's policy, you got that to protect your home, the structure and the contents within that home. But liability coverage comes with that policy. So hopefully not my renters, I don't want to leave my renters out. You definitely need renters coverage. A lot of renters think, hey, I don't have too much. I just have a little furniture there and a stereo there and a couple clothes. But the liability aspect of that renter's policy is huge, and you should have a renter's policy if you're a renter. And of course, condo unit owners should have a policy too. So here's the thing with liability coverage, and this is protecting your assets and being a responsible adult, a responsible parent. If you get into a bad auto accident, you don't want to have the garbage limits. I call them garbage limits. Never get the state required minimum limits. Always get higher limits. I recommend 100, 300, 100. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but that stands for, it's a split limit, $100,000 of coverage per person for bodily injury, $300,000 per accident for bodily injury, and $100,000 for property damage liability. That covers the vast majority of things that you're going to run across as far as a liability claim is concerned. But I recommend an excess liability policy over and above that for situations where it goes beyond those limits. And that happens quite often, where you have a bad accident, someone's very severely injured or dies, or there are multiple people injured. So you want to make sure you have adequate liability coverage. Also for your home, I would recommend, instead of getting the basic $100,000 of liability coverage, bump it up to $500,000 at least, because things can happen at home. Someone trips and falls, someone breaks their leg in a hole, someone falls down the stairs. It's something that you're responsible for. Your dog bites or mauls somebody. There are all different types of things that have happened in people's homes that they're responsible for. Someone drowns in your pool. I mean, it's just a whole lot of stuff, right? So make sure you have adequate liability coverage so you're not financially responsible personally for those damages that you're legally liable for, right? So have a policy pay for that, right? The liability policy, the umbrella, is another $1 million or $2 million of extra coverage over your auto policy, over your homeowner's policy, your renter's policy, your condo, your investment property or rental property, your boat policy. So that it's an umbrella over all of those property policies that you have to give you extra liability protection. And those things only cost a couple $100 a year, literally, maybe $200 a year. That's well worth it to protect your assets and not have your wages garnished or have your personal assets attacked because you had inadequate liability coverage because of a bad accident or some bad accident, a bad auto accident or something, unfortunate that happened at your home or what have you, or at a rental property or what have you. You're protecting your assets for yourself and for your little ones, right? So that's plan number 6 of our significant 7, okay? Now, our last plan, and like I said, these are in no particular order, of our significant 7 is a will or a trust. So basically you want to leave your last wishes in writing in a legal document. There you go. Now, not everyone needs a trust, so you want to speak with an attorney. An attorney will do an intake form and they'll get information from you and lead you down the right path as to which plan you should have, whether you should have a will or which legal document you should have, whether legal plan you should have, either a will or a trust. All parents should have one or the other, right? Some parents do need a trust. Maybe you have a special needs child, or maybe you have a lot of assets and you want to make sure they're designated certain areas, or you want certain criteria to be met within the trust. So a trust allows you a lot more flexibility, allows you to do a lot more things. But a lot of people just need a basic will. A trust is going to cost you more money. A will costs less money. But talk to an attorney, a legal professional, someone who's good, and they'll lead you in the right direction, I'm pretty sure, right? So that's our significant 7, our 7 significant plans for parents. You should have those plans in place, and there are other plans you should have in place, but I think this is the core. This is the core that you should definitely have these significant 7 plans in place if you're a parent, and most individuals, responsible individuals, should have these plans too, as a matter of fact. Okay, but I'm focusing on parents today, okay? And that's it for today's podcast, right? Pretty simple. I want to thank you guys for listening in. Hopefully, I ask that you forward this podcast to others, to your friends, your family members, your church members, your coworkers, your employers, everyone that you're connected with all across the globe. And ask them to take a look at the YouTube channel. So forward the podcast to them. All of my podcasts are on YouTube, my YouTube channel, which is Ernest Burley Jr., just my name. So I ask that you log on there, that you subscribe, and ask all your friends and family, church members and acquaintances, friends, or whomever, co-workers, say, go check out this guy's YouTube channel, Ernest Burley Jr., and subscribe. And then click around in there for different podcasts. I have topics ranging from infinite banking to real estate, to whether you should pay a mortgage off early or not, whether you should rent a vehicle or lease a vehicle, whether you should rent a property or own the property, how to increase your credit score. I just have a wealth of different topics on my YouTube channel. So please click around in there after you subscribe and forward that YouTube channel to others and ask them to do the same, to subscribe and forward it to others and so on and so on. I really appreciate those that have done that and that are doing it, and ask that others continue to do that. If you want to connect with me, very easy to do. You can email me. It's my first name at my last name. No, at my first name at my full name.com. I'm sorry. So Ernest at ernestburleyjr.com. That's my email address. Email me. I'd be more than happy to communicate with you and help however I can. I'm not trying to sell anything. Just want to give you good information, and you have at it from there. Also, my website, you can email me or contact me through my website. And my website has a lot of good information for you too. A lot of information I think you'd be very interested in. They have some quizzes on there on life insurance and investing, and some just informative little areas in there to give you different information on different types of tools, whether it be insurance or investing. So I think you'd like that. But you can also email me from the website, okay? And you can also call me, 301-262-2600. That is my phone number to my firm. Again, 301-262-2600. I'd be more than happy to speak with you and answer any questions that you may have. And that's it for today. I hope that you found something good out of today's The Significant 7 for Parents. Make sure you put those plans in place. I have to go over my disclosures, since I mentioned that I am an investment advisor, financial planner, all that kind of good stuff. So bear with me for about a minute or so here. Burley Insurance and Financial Services, Inc., 13621 Annapolis Road in Bowie, Maryland, 20720. That's where my firm is located. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Next Financial Group, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Burley Insurance and Financial Services, Inc. is not an affiliate of Next Financial Group, Inc. This material is not intended as an offer or solicitation for the purchase or sale of any security or other financial instrument. Past performance does not guarantee future performance. All the views expressed are those of Ernest Burley Jr. and Burley Insurance and Financial Services, Inc., and not those of Next Financial Group, Inc. Next Financial Group, Inc. does not provide tax advice. And that's it, people. another podcast down. Hey, I hope you got something out of it. Until we see each other again, y'all take care and y'all be safe out there, okay?